Welcome back to the channel. This is Waga, and we are going to be working with the date picker right now. Let me just increase the brightness of my screen. Yeah, we're going to work with the date picker in this series of SwiftUI videos. Now, before we get to the date picker, the first thing we should know, and we have not encountered in this series of videos, is the property wrapper. The one we're going to deal with the date picker is called state, like so. Like state. It's normally put in the view but not in the body, right? You just put in the, for example, here we're going to put it in the content view, but we're not going to put it in the body, right? And now what property wrapper does is just applies a specific logic depending on the particular property wrapper. There are others like bindings and whatnot that we'll be encountering as we go along. But what state does is you can imagine it as, if you're coming from the React world, a state, or if you're coming from Flutter, you could imagine it's comparable to if you're coming from Flutter, it's comparable to set state, right? So basically, the body re-renders whenever the variable held in state changes. So for example, let's just make it concrete. We could say birthday. The variable could be birthday, and most of the time you make it a private variable, like so, private variable, like so, birthday, and we could say that this is going to be of type date, like so, right? So we're going to have a birthday type date, like so, and we are going to come here and in the body we're going to get rid of this, right? And we are going to have we could have a vstack. Let's just put a vstack here. And in the vstack, we could have the title, of course. And for the title, we could come here and say text, like so. And in the text, we're going to have the title date. Let's just spell it correctly, date picker, like so, resume. And the font size is going to be dot. Let's make it large title, make it big. And put a spacer so you can push it up. Put a spacer like so, push it to the top, and underneath at the bottom we are going to have a date picker, like so, date picker, like so. And the date picker is going to take, we could put a string where you could put like in the string, we could have a title, which we'll be looking at in a bit, and the selection should be tied. And how you tie it to this variable is you use the dollar sign, right? Use a dollar sign. You could say birthday, like so, and the displayed components, not component is going to be dot, and you can pick you can put minute, init, and all these other. We're going to use a date, right? Like so, and the date. Let me just click on it. Why isn't it clicking? Dot the date, like so. Okay, so we have a date picker here, but the problem is I can't seem to get it to work on the simulator for some. I know the canvas, the preview canvas. We can't seem to get the preview canvas working, so we'll just aim for the simulator, and we'll get the simulator. So we could get the simulator, and you can see here, this is the date picker, like that. We get the date picker. Quite simple. And another thing we could do is we could put a title of the date picker. We could say, come here and click in here and say birthday, like so. And we could resume this. Hopefully we'll see it. Yes, birthday. Okay, it's a bit squashed. Let's give it some padding, right? We could say padding. Okay, and make it horizontal. Let's make it horizontal, right? And for some reason it's really squished together. But anyway, that's how you put you could put a date picker, and that's how, for example, state works. And yeah, those are the basics of date picker. See, our birthday is really squished over here, and what we would want to do is maybe make it better. And of course, if you've thought about it even for a bit, you could easily sort this out by just putting it in a vstack and stacking this birthday on top of it. And for that, we could come here and we could command click on the date picker, and we could embed it in a VStack like so. And above, let's give it a spacing first. Give this VStack a spacing so that there can be space between it. Spacing like so, and we make it 20. Let's make it 20. And after that spacing, we are going to have a text here, and we are going to have the word birthday. So we could put it above it, and then we could get rid of this birthday. Right? Like so. What is okay, let's just put this and put a comma. Yeah. Like so. So we have this date picker. Let's look at it and on a simulator. And we have this date picker like so. And where's the birthday? Oh, we didn't. It's not hot reload. I've forgotten that fact. Okay, so let's just hot reload it quickly, or rather, just let's build this, not hot reload. There's no. So we get this birthday here. You could do that. That's one of the methods. But as you can see, one problem is that there's still some space being reserved, assuming that there's going to be a label there. So there's a way you could actually do that. And how you would do it is you would come to the date picker here, and you could add a dot labels hidden. Now if you do this, it's going to remove the space, get rid of the space, and make it occupy as much space as possible. So it will be more conservative with the space. Yeah, so basically that. So it's no longer leaving any space for, it's not going to assume that there's going to be a label. So that's one way you could deal with it when you're doing this, right? Another thing we could do, right, is we could change the type of, we could make this show the hour and minute, hour and time, the time essentially, not just the date. So we could come here and say dot hour and minute like so. And we could see the time and the, still can't move it. But yeah, we could basically do that. Or if you want, you could even add the date if you want to show both, right? So instead of this, you could come and in the display component, you could say, you could show the day and the time, right? And for that, you need to pass in an array. So we could say, we could come into the array and say dot date, like so, put a comma. Okay, why is it complaining? And then we say, after the comma, dot hour and minute, like so. So this is how you do it, and I got a funny error message. I don't know what the problem was. So let's just rebuild it and see if it works. Okay, we have rebuilt it. And we come here and we find the date and the time, right? So we could move around. So that's how you would show maybe the date and time. If you just want to show the time, you just, instead of passing in into the display component, you pass in the dot hour and minute. If you want to show the date and time, you could say dot date dot hour dot minute. So basically that's how you could work with the datetime picker, showing either the day or the time, and or a mixture of the two. Okay, so that's basically it on datetime. There are other methods, of course, that you could use. You could use, for example, you could make it's impossible to go beyond a specific date. For example, you could come to the code and you could say in like so, and then to the date. So this will make sure that it doesn't go beyond the current date, like so. And so if we try to go to another date, it will just come back to today. So it will allow us to flick through to any other date, but it will always come back to the same date, like today. So you can't go beyond a certain date. So you could do that, or you could do the opposite of, you can't go past a certain date, like to check the age of a user. These are all things you could do, right? I won't be showing that on screen, but I think we have gone through the basics of the date picker, and we can move on to the next video. Thank you for watching. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and we'll be doing more videos like this as we go on working with SwiftUI. Thank you and have a good day.